it is due to scientific progress today that the modern mind has become conceited and tends to disbelieve in these monuments of scriptural wisdom. We're going to discuss this subject in a little more detail because it's due to science that many people deny the existence of God and God as the creator. But if we look at the limitations of science, today science has invented so many big machines, but can science make even a hair? Just think. There are so many advertisements in the world today for bald people. People have tried and tried and tried. People have made money, but nobody has made hair. In fact, they have lost more hair because they have lost their money. Forget making hair. Has science found a permanent solution for gray hair? People have to keep buying all those products, and then it's the same old story. What I'm trying to bring to you is the limitations of scientific progress. And imagine creating this vast variety that you see around you. It's just impossible. In fact, the scientists today are more open-minded. They have begun to realize that they do not know anything for certain anymore. And I think it was a person named Albert Gorgie. You know what he said? He said the sum total of our discoveries are always going to be lesser than the mysteries. There will always be more mysteries which we haven't yet discovered. Even the theory of electrons, what is the energy behind it? Even the human brain is still a mystery for scientists. They have not been able to find out. The scientists who went deep into understanding the why and what of this universe, some way down the line they have admitted in different terminology the existence of God. Herbert Spencer, at the end of his book, The Principles, when he was 80 years old, he said that his unknowable, that's the name he gave, his unknowable in no way conflicted with religion, but in fact supported it. James Jeans, who was a mathematician and philosopher of Cambridge, said the creator of this world is a supreme mind. See the words they are using. Unknowable, supreme mind. But Albert Einstein, everybody has heard about him, the originator of the theory of relativity, he said, I believe in God who reveals himself in the orderly harmony of this world. There is a book called The Great Design, edited by F.H. Mason. In that, 14 scientists have given the sum total of their life's research. They said that this world is not a blind mechanism. There is a mind behind the veil of matter. You may give it any name. So scientists had given it different names because they couldn't understand. But nevertheless, in their own way, those who went really deep, they admitted the existence of God in their own way. Both perception and inference, they are very limited in proving the existence of God. Therefore, we have to take the support of the scriptures. The scriptures are the only means by which we can prove God. Pratyakshena anumityava yastu payona buddhyate, Tark Shastra. That Supreme Being God cannot be proved by inference or perception. He can be proved only through the scriptures. Even the Brahma Sutra says, Shastra Yonitvat. 113. God can only be proved through scriptures. Every religion has its scriptures. And to deny or ignore these scriptures is to deny the most vital knowledge that is available to man. Perhaps some of you know that today there's a lot of research going on with the Vedas, even in the West. That's why it is said, Na Vedavin Manute. The Shatchayani Upanishad says that you can only know God through the Vedas. For common men, we can say that the Vedas are the most ancient book of scriptures. Nobody has been able to date them till today. They are the oldest books in the library of mankind. But the actual truth is, the Vedas are eternal knowledge. Nishvasita Masya Veda. They are the breath of the eternal. So these Vedas are the most authentic scriptures of knowledge. They are the foundation of Sanatan Dharma. And in these book of scriptures, we have many verses proving that God exists. Atma Krite, the Brahma Sutra, number 1426. Parinamat, Brahma Sutra, 1427. Sokamayat, Taittiriya Upanishad, number 26. And the same thing you find in the Gita. Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudhani Mayaya. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Junatishthati. 18th chapter, 61st verse. Lord Krishna says, I reside within each and every living being, and I am the one who moves them like a machine according to their karmas. So God can only be proved completely by scriptural testimony. And this is not something that people have just written. These are actually the experiences of great saints. You know, as far as material science is concerned, we are willing to accept what investigators in those fields give us as truths. We accept them very readily. In the same way, we should, with respect, accept what those spiritual scientists have with faith and devotion and deep meditation experienced and testified to. Almost in every country, we have saints who have experienced that supreme entity. You read in the Bible that Moses saw God in the burning bush. The prophet Elijah heard the still, small voice. The prophet Muhammad, his life is full of mystic experiences. And in India, there are so many saints who have testified to the experience of God. Tukaram, Kabir, Guru Nanak Dev, Meera, Surdas, so many of them. The evidence is too massive to ignore. And eventually, we have to remember one thing very important. Till we get to that firm conviction and believe what the scriptures say, as far as God is concerned, remember one thing. We walk by faith, not by sight. Tennyson said, by faith and faith alone embrace, believing where we cannot prove. One philosopher said, if God did not exist, we would have to invent him in order to prevent man from mutual destruction. Another argument, even people who believe in God, sometimes their belief wavers, and not only that, you face people who try to argue. Now, if somebody is willing to listen, then all these points that I've given you can help you. There's a French philosopher named Blaise Pascal. His argument about the existence of God is very famous. It's called the bet and wager argument. You know what he said? If you believe in God and he exists, then you gain everything. And if you believe in God and he does not exist, you don't lose anything. But if you do not believe in God and he exists, then you are definitely going to be the loser. So even if you don't have complete belief in God, there is no harm in believing. There is no harm in believing. You don't lose anything. So whatever arguments I've given to you, and of course I said the most important proof are the scriptures, we can safely say that there is God. Nobody has been able to wipe out the name of God from this earth till today. Emperors have come and gone, dynasties have vanished, but the name of God is still here. Therefore, God exists and he is the creator of this vast universe. But there is a big if. A big if. Listen very carefully. There is a big if in accepting God as the creator. What has God created? The scriptures say that there are three eternal entities. Sarva jive sarva sansthe brihante asmin hanso brahmyate brahmachakre prithagatmanam preritarancha matva. Shvetashvataropnishad 1:6. Kya kyau dvavaja vishanisha vaja heka bhoktribhogyartha yukta anantasyatma vishvarupo hyakarta trayam yada vindate brahmametat. Number 9. Etaj geyam nityamevatma sansam natah param veditavyam hi kinchit bhokta bhogyam preritarancha matva sarvam proktam trividham brahmametat. Not only the Vedas, but also the Gita says, Dvavimau purusho loke ksharaschakshara evacha. 15th chapter, 16th verse. There are three eternal entities: God, we, the individual souls, and Maya. These three entities are beginningless. Mind you, we have to just accept this term beginningless because our mind is always used to, once upon a time. And that's where we will not be able to understand a lot of important truths about our own karma and this creation. So for the time being, we have to accept that three entities. What the Vedas state is that we are beginningless, God is beginningless, and even Maya is beginningless. That means God has not created us, the individual souls. God has not created Maya. We, the individual souls, have not created God. We have not created Maya. And Maya has not created God. Maya has not created the individual souls. And then God has not created God. Individual souls have not created individual souls. Maya has not created Maya. And then again, God cannot destroy the individual souls. God cannot destroy Maya. The individual souls cannot destroy God. they cannot destroy Maya. Maya cannot destroy God, nor can it destroy the individual souls, and God cannot destroy God. Individual souls cannot destroy individual souls, and Maya cannot destroy Maya. So three are unborn, beginningless. And these three combined together is what this world is. Now, if these three combined together is what this world is, then what did God create? God Himself is eternal, we are eternal, and Maya is eternal, and there is no other fourth entity. Only three eternal entities, and these are all unborn. So, the question is, why is God called the Creator? Very important question. Everywhere we listen to that, He's the Creator. But what has He created? We are all eternal. The second question is, we hear that God is all-pervading. Yes? He pervades every particle of this universe. But we do not experience the divine presence of God. We experience so many things. We touch, we see, we hear, we smell. But we do not experience the sweetness, the bliss of God anywhere in this world. You mix a spoon of sugar in water and drink it. You experience the sweetness. Then you mix some lime into that water. You will experience even the sour part of it. Then when God pervades every particle of this universe, why do we not experience His presence? Second question. And the third question is Darwin's question. Darwin questioned the creation from God by saying that God is a perfect entity, then how could He create an imperfect world? God is merciful, He is loving. And what about His creation? There is so much suffering, there is misery, there is unhappiness. If God has created something, when He Himself is perfect, then what He creates should also be perfect. How can what He creates be totally opposite of what He is? We all experience suffering, we experience sorrow, and we hear that God is the creator of this world. So this is a very important question. Mind you, it's not only Darwin's question, it is our question as well. We also have doubts like this in our mind all the time. Whenever we see suffering, we wonder, how can God be so cruel? He's perfect God, and how can He allow so much suffering and misery in this world when we are all parts of Him? So these three important questions we will discuss next time. बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की।
जय जय राधा रानी, राधा रानी, राधा रानी। जय जय राधा रानी, राधा रानी, राधा रानी। जय जय राधा रानी, राधा रानी, राधा रानी। जय जय वृंदावन महारानी राधा रानी। जय जय वृंदावन महारानी राधा रानी। जय जय विहरती वृंदावन राधा रानी। जय जय विहरती वृंदावन राधा रानी। जय जय राधा रानी। जय जय राधा रानी। जय जय राधा रानी। जय जय राधा रानी, जय जय राधा रानी, जय जय राधा रानी, जय जय राधा रानी,
राधा रानी। राधा रानी ओ जय जय राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
जय जय ब्रज बनी तनि धन राधा रानी जय जय ब्रजवासिन धन राधा रानी जय जय राधा रानी जय जय राधा रानी ओ जय जय राधा रानी जय जय राधा रानी जय राधा रानी
राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी ओ जय जय राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
जय जय अवधर दानी राधा रानी जय जय ब्रज रस खानी राधा रानी जय जय राधा रानी जय जय राधा रानी ओ जय जय राधा रानी जय जय राधा रानी जय जय राधा रानी
राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी ओ जय जय राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधे
जय जय मोहन मोहिनी राधा रानी जय कृपालु मोहिनी राधा रानी